Good evening, I'm Ian Hanamansing, and this is The National. A Toronto police officer faces a rare charge of second-degree murder for the fatal shooting of a teen. We have reaction from the victim's family and the officers' union.
Our officer is definitely a casualty of this incident.
Cameras and cops. As one Canadian force continues its trial run, we'll look at the impact on policing and on you. The growing danger of driving while distracted, especially by texting.
We still haven't gotten to the place where it's socially unacceptable to do that. That's where we need to get.
Prince William is adjusting to life as a new father, and he's going to tell you about it later in the program. But first, an issue that could hit you when you least expect it. New numbers showing the dangers of driving while distracted.
I think it probably will get worse, only because I think that there's a perception, oh, I can multitask, oh, I can handle doing all this stuff.
Whether you're in a Ferrari or a Ford, there's a lot out there that can steal your attention from the road. Millions of dollars are spent on campaigns every year warning against distractions like texting while driving. And recently, police in Nova Scotia said distracted driving kills more people than speeding or driving drunk. More on this story from the CBC's Ron Charles.
I had my brother in my hand, and all of a sudden, my hand was empty.
The documentary is both chilling and sobering. Filmmaker Werner Herzog's latest work, called From 1 Second to the Next, explores how quickly texting while driving can destroy lives.
I called the organization Drop It and Drive.
Karen Bowman helped start a group to encourage drivers to get rid of their distractions. Not long after that, a driver using a cell phone brought the issue home.
3 months after we started the program, I got a phone call from the crash scene that my then 8-year-old daughter was in, and she got injured because a woman was distracted. She wasn't doing her job. So now this is a very personal cause. She looks like everybody's grandma, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Today, her daughter Kylie is fine, but police in Saskatchewan, Ontario, and Nova Scotia say that distracted driving is now responsible for slightly more deaths on the road than impaired driving. Officials with the Canadian Automobile Association say they have been watching in astonishment as smartphones have driven distractions to new heights.
There's a social unacceptability associated with drinking and driving. And right now, frankly, we observe that this whole domain of distracted driving and texting while driving, we still haven't gotten to the place where it's socially unacceptable to do that.
The CAA, insurance companies, and police forces across the country have been running regular campaigns to warn people of the dangers of distractions like texting while driving. All Canadian provinces and territories except for Nunavut now have legislation banning handheld cell phone use while driving, with fines that can go as high as $2,500.
It's continued education. It's like, you know, we've had impaired legislation forever, and some people still don't get it. They drink and drive. And it's the same thing. We have to keep educating, and we have to keep enforcing.
You know, I'm told that the text was, I'm on my way. Did she make it?
Werner Herzog's 34-minute film was funded by U.S. cell phone companies. It will be shown in high schools there, but it's already becoming an international online hit. Ron Charles, CBC News, Toronto.
So what exactly is distracted driving? Cell phones may be what we see in the hands of inattentive drivers these days, but they're not the only distraction. Distracted driving includes things like eating, drinking, personal grooming, even reading. The Canadian Automobile Association suggests eating before you begin your trip, securing all loose objects in the car, and, though it may cut you off briefly from social activity, turning your phone completely off.